If a1 comma a2 comma up to an be continued proportion, so that a1 divided by an equals to a1 divided by a2 raised to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so let's consider the terms over here. That is a1, then we have a2, the next term has to be a3, the next term has to be a4, and it keeps going up to an. And the question says these terms are all in continued proportion. Now let me get the ratio of the first two terms. Then we have a1 over a2. Now let me get the ratio of the next two terms, that is a2 divided by a3. The ratio of the next two terms is a3 divided by a4. In this way, we can keep getting the ratio of the two consecutive terms along this sequence. At last, we'll be getting an negative 1 divided by an, because for an, the previous term will be an negative 1. Since all these terms are in continued proportion, the ratios I got over here must be equal. Okay, now let me assume the value of this a1 divided by a2 as just k, a constant. Then what is the value of this one? This one also must be k. The value of this one also must be k. The value of this one also must be k, because all of them are equal. So let me assume each ratio over here in this proportion equal to k. Okay, now what we can do is let's multiply the first three ratios over here. That is a1 divided by a2 times a2 divided by a3 times a3 divided by a4. Okay, here this a2 will cancel, a3 will cancel out. And what do we get on the right side? We may say that we get a1 divided by a4. But before that, let's proceed in a different way. Already we know the value of a1 divided by a2, that is k. The value of a2 divided by a3, that is also k. The value of a3 divided by a4, that is also k. So the value of this one is k, the value of this one is k, the value of this one is k. So when I multiply k times k times k, I am getting k to the third power on the right side. Okay, now the simplification of this one is a1 divided by a4, because we have a1 in numerator of the first fraction and a4 in the denominator of the last fraction. So a1 divided by a4 equals to k3. Okay, we multiplied the first three ratios, and this is the result I got on the left side, and k to the power of 3 on the right side, according to the assumption of the value of each ratio in this proportion, that is k. Okay, now we start from a1 numerator. In denominator, we end with a4. Let's compare the number we have over here in denominator and the exponent of k. So when we have 4 over here, the exponent is 1 less than the number we have over here in denominator. So not only for the multiplication of first three terms, for any number of terms, this result is applicable. So the exponent of k over here must be 1 less than the number we have in denominator over here. Okay, instead of multiplying just three terms, what we can do is we can multiply all the terms we have over here. Then we get a4 divided by a5. It will keep going like this. At last, we have an negative 1 divided by an. And also in the previous term, in denominator, it will be an negative 1. And also in the next term, the numerator will be a5. Okay, here this a4 will cancel, a5 will cancel, this an minus 1 will cancel out. So we get a1 in numerator, a in denominator, then we get a1 divided by an. So what should be the exponent of k over here? As we discussed already, the exponent of k has to be 1 less than the number we have over here. Then the exponent of k has to be n negative 1, 1 less than this n. So the same we can write over here. Okay, now I got the result a1 divided by an equals to k to the power of n negative 1. Let me take this is equation number 1. Okay, now let's consider the first ratio we have over here, that is a1 divided by a2. Already we know that the value of this one is k, so it can be equated to k. Now let me raise both sides to the power of n minus 1. Then we have a1 divided by a2 raised to the power of whole to the power of n minus 1. On the right side also the same thing we have to do, that is k has to be raised to the power of n minus 1. Let me take, this is equation number 2. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to compare the two equations, the equation number 1 and equation number 2. Okay, here a1 divided by an equals to k to the power of n minus 1. a1 divided by a2 whole to the power of n minus 1. This is also equal to the same stuff, k to the power of n minus 1. So this one and this one, both of them are equal to the same stuff, k to the power of n minus 1. So this a1 divided by an, a1 divided by a2 whole to the power of n minus 1 must be equal. So then we have the result a1 divided by an is equal to a1 divided by a2 whole to the power of n minus 1. So I have proved the result what is required.